Woo. Thank you. Peace, family, peace, family, peace, family. Listen. You mind rolling up that window for me? Thank you. All right. Yeah, we back in action, man. We back to it. So listen, I was listening to a observation from an influencer that was talking about what's that noise? All right. I was listening to a video by a black creator, and she was talking about how Essence Fest didn't feel, you know what I mean? Like it felt like it was missing the essence. Yeah. And she said it felt like it was missing the essence, and it felt like it fell off. And she was saying it feels like they was prioritizing this blended, intersectional, you know what I mean, diasporic feeling, right? But was missing the target because the target audience was Black Americans. Now, we in 2025, right? We in the 100-year anniversary of the rebuilding of Black Wall Street. Yes, I said rebuilding. Most people don't know that Black Wall Street, yes, it was attacked. Yes, it was destroyed. But we're so resilient that a few years later, we rebuilt it and we threw a parade, you know what I mean, to show how resilient that we were, right? We had our hotels, our newspapers, our restaurants. We had them back up and running. Nobody tells that part of the story, right? And so I believe that this is the spirit that we're looking for right now that most people can't quantify is a renaissance. Right? This is not the time when you go quiet about your culture. This is not the time that you tuck tail. But the reason that is happening is because the CEOs of these companies are afraid. They're afraid of doing anything that feels like it's for the culture. Right? They're afraid to feel like if I represent blackness, then they feel like this administration is going to come after them. So instead, they're trying to represent everybody. And instead, they're making us feel isolated because Black people want spaces. Spaces where you recognize yourself, right? And your culture and memories of your culture and nostalgia of your culture make you feel safe. So it's not just going to be Essence Fest. All of these events are going to sell out because they're afraid. And they're afraid at a time. And it's very important for the consumer. It's afraid at a time where the consumer respects brands that in the most important times, they stand up for their values when they challenged. And the brands are being challenged and they're not standing up for their values. So therefore, what they're doing is saying, no, we can't do that. We can't have it too black. If you notice, you ain't see none of my brothers and my peers there. Why? Because we know we're not invited or accepted at those spaces. When, to be honest, we should be the ones being honored the most. Right? So they've watered it down, and you water it down through intersectionality. This has been a plot and a ploy that the CIA, FBI have utilized for, or the CIA specifically utilized for years. When they want to co-opt the movement, they add everybody else's into it. This destroys concentration and focus. And once you water it down, right, then it's easy to divide and conquer because it's no longer as powerful because it no longer has that poignant focus anymore. So this is what they did. Most of these CEOs of these companies, they only black when it's profitable. So, meaning that if they can curate this blackness and act like they with the people, right? And as long as their advertisers agree, then they say, of course, we're going to go black. But we can't say we're doing something just for the culture, right? We have to adhere to what? The government. We have to adhere to these new administrative rules and things of that nature that don't want us to create spaces just for us. But I think it's the opposite that we should do. See, the Harlem Renaissance happened at a period of time where it was a dark, stagnated phase in America, a new regime change, right? A lot of people was losing hope, and what ended up happening is the artists came to the forefront. The culture came to the forefront. People migrated to Harlem, right? You see new enlightenment, new thought, right? You see new art expression. You see new music. The jazz was a representation of this Renaissance, a flourish of our culture at a time where they want us to be silent. So, of course, we do the opposite of what they want, and we do our own thing. So this is not a time where you start shutting down the culture. I don't care if you got to do it at the expense of your money and your dollars and your sacrifice. This is the time you stand with, and we have a renaissance of culture. This is why I named my event the Renaissance, right? And we named it the Save Yourself Renaissance, because I believe this is exactly what we need to do. We need to have an economic, a technological, a spiritual, right? An artistic, a musical renaissance. Well, we remind the world who we are, and we remind ourselves who we are. So it's not just going to be Essence Fest that fall off, but all of them are going to fall off. The Boule is going to have a hard time because they've been able to fake like they were with you this whole time, but now that they're being challenged, they got to go along with Massa. And that's going to go for a lot of them. I'm not going to call out the rest of them yet. I'm going to let them get an opportunity to see if they clean up their act, but I don't think that they will. Right? You're not going to see Revolt going extra black. You're not going to see none of these places go extra black. Why? Because they fell off. Advertisement dollars is spanking their ass, and they're controlled by it. Me, I'm doubling down on it. This for us, and it's by us. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do. I don't care if a single sponsor comes through, we gonna do it. One way or another. And that gotta be the spirit. You feel me? I don't understand how all of these so-called Christian spaces don't stand with the revolutionaries. And that's mostly because their doctrine been co-opted to listen to Paul instead of Jesus. Be like Jesus. Y'all all claim to be faith-based organizations. There's a responsibility that you have to stand up to empire, right? And to stand with revolutionaries and to push a renaissance. That would be the Jesus way. And I'm saying this as a Muslim. But I'm saying it more so as a black man in America. This is our time to shine. When it feels like it's the darkest, those who have the most resilience, those who are the most creative to shine, this is our time. Well, we got all of the tools in the world to use to push our technological renaissance, our creative renaissance. Let's do it. If you got a tech business, if you got art, if you got, any kind of business, and you want to be a part of this tour, this is not mine. This is ours. That's why I didn't call it the 19 Keys Tour. I called it the Save Yourself Renaissance Tour. Because this is about the culture. You understand me? This is about us having that time to where they thought it was over for us, and we utilize this as one of the greatest times ever. When Europe was going through its dark ages, that's when the Moors showed up and civilized Europe and had a renaissance. Renaissance of knowledge and astronomy. Renaissance of technology and education. Renaissance of science. Oh, this gonna feel glorious. It's gonna feel good. I want y'all to show up as your blackest selves possible. You understand me? I want you to show up looking good. Let their world end and let ours begin. I understand that there's all this darkness going on. There's all this gloom and doom that's happening all around the world. But that's okay. That's not our story. We've been through this before. We've been through this before. Now, it's time for us. Listen, Stephanie, I'm not going to go into the details, but what I will say is this. It's all Boule. It's all Boule. You understand me? I've been doing this for about 7 years in front of the public, and I don't rock with none of them institutions because none of them rock with me. And then if you don't rock with me, then that means that you've put me as an enemy, because I've met all of them. They know all of me and my brothers and other individuals. And I don't think they ever really spotlighted it the way that it should. Because there's been a problem with the Boule. The Boule, and I'm talking about those elders, they look at the young brothers like ourselves as competition. They don't look at it as let's create space and let's give sponsorship and mentorship so that we can lend more exposure to this so that we can grow the culture. Why? Because they never had nothing and they never felt like nothing. So when they get something, they want to hoard it to themselves. They don't have that spirit of growth. They don't have that spirit of prosperity and abundance of revolution and renaissance. They're exploitive capitalists, deep in their heart, in their minds, and their souls. So they'll sell you anything as long as they can make $1. So they don't care if you're doing something right, or if it should be represented, or if it should be blasted out more. They would never give up their position to put somebody else in position. They come with such a scarce mindset, and they only act black. But they don't think it, believe it. Most of the time, they definitely don't sleep it. So for us, I'm of a different generation, a kind that don't buck break, don't buck dance, don't do none of that. I seen the little brother Kai Sanat, you know what I mean, going into Target. I seen him doing the little, with the voguing dance with the little homies. They're feminizing them and breaking them little boys in front of the world. And they don't even, and this is the most dangerous part, they don't even need them advertisers. They don't need them people. They making all of this money, and why? Why are they doing the thing? Why are they breaking them little boys? Obviously, they don't have good mentorship. The elders that are all around them ain't giving them no real guidance to tell them to, you know what I mean? Stomach in, chest out, head up one time. Because they have so much power that they must water down them little boys so that they don't influence the next generation to stand up for anything. See, they don't mind you getting power. They don't mind giving you access and giving you the keys. As long as when you get in a house, you don't try to take it over. It is what it is. I think you got to find some reason to live and die for. That's what makes life worth it. Otherwise, what you alive for? And I'm just giving them credit because I love the way they unified. I love the way they work together. But lately, all I've been seeing in them is going at each other for no reason, for dumb things. And they young, so I give them the space to grow and do better. But somebody got to speak the truth because everybody want to be on the platforms and nobody gonna tell them nothing real. You got the OGs chasing the little boys so that they can be on their stream. So now they ain't gonna tell them nothing real at all and give them no guidance because they all chasing clout. A system of suckers chasing each other. See, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Integrity is the greatest wealth that you could ever receive. Some people, they don't need it, they don't have it, they don't want it. Nah, it's time for that renaissance. I want to see the artists. I want to see the people utilizing technology and AI. I want to see the musicians. Man, I had an artist, I ain't gonna name the name just yet. Prominent, one of the greatest rappers of all time. He hit me up. He said, Keys, man, when you said that we make the enemy, the black man, the enemy in our music, you know what I mean? I had to reassess myself. He said I had to reassess my own album. I had to listen to it because I was feeling revengeful of niggas that tried to kill me. And he was like, man, I realized that, you know, basically he made black men the enemy in his music. And when we listen to music, the enemy used to be the systems, the institutions, the oppressors, the things that try to corrupt us, the environment, right? But now when you go listen to black music, the number one enemy is a black man in the music. And he say, man, I had to go assess, and I'm essentially gonna make some changes within my own. And if I didn't have his number to hit him up, I would have never even heard that. Sometimes you don't know how your impact reaches. No, it wasn't J Electronica. Definitely not J Elect. Somebody tell J Elect, tell his ass to call me, man. He been ducking my calls. I'm on your helmet top too. But that's beautiful to hear, number one, because the renaissance is happening, man. It's a very dangerous time that we living in, right? But there's always beauty in the darkness, especially when you use your imagination. And in darkness is the best time to use your imagination. That's when that third eye, that's when your mind opens up. Your mind eye. So I look forward to what we do with this renaissance. But we can't do it without y'all, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't want y'all to think about this as 19 Keys Talk. I want y'all to think about this as the movement that you're showing up for yourself. I want to know, what's your Renaissance business? I want to know, what's your Renaissance technology? What's your Renaissance art? What's your Renaissance idea? I want to really do this Afro tech for the culture in a way that I know that they'd never do it because corporate won't let them. I want everybody that got businesses and technology and ideas and art, I want y'all to show up. I want y'all to show in representation of it as well. Show it with your business plan. Show it with your deck. I want y'all to sponsor the event. Who got a technology company that can sponsor the event? I want to see one of us blow up. I want to give exposure and lend credibility to it. Listen, this is going to be a super renaissance. Let the rest of them water down their movements. Nah, we just go water ours to grow. We ain't gonna water it down. Yeah, we're going full Afrofuturism. I'm working with people now to put together the visuals. When y'all see me do things, I don't mind putting out things imperfect. That's why I be changing the flyers, because I be working on it, right? I hit up my brother Yaki. I hit up my brother Deontay Kyle. Man, I got them to confirm that they gonna be on the tour. I'm being very intentional about who we're gonna have on the tour as well. They gotta be Renaissance leaders. They gotta represent that Renaissance. So I want you to be there. I want to meet y'all. In some of the cities, we're going to end up doing some walks. We're going to end up doing some hikes. You know what I mean? We're going to do some group workouts, because this is also about wellness. So if you got a wellness company, hit me up, because it's a wellness renaissance. I hit up my brother in London, because we ended it off in London, and my brother, he's building out this wellness retreat. We're going to work with him. It's about to be beautiful. I want y'all to show up looking good too, man. Put them suits on. Put whatever you think, man, fly how black people supposed to be flying in the future, man. Put that on. I'm about to go work out.
I'm sorry.
Making sure, you know what I'm saying? I got my Creed 5 going on by the time we get there. Y'all make sure y'all go work out. We gonna put out a Save Yourself. We gonna put out a, grab that from me. We gonna put out a Save Yourself workout plan as well. So by the time you get there, you feel me, you shredded up and you looking good. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay tapped in, man. Don't give up. It's just getting started. Dr. Boyce Watkins, man, I appreciate you. We locked in, brother. I'm gonna get this workout in and I'm gonna hit you up. Let the renaissance begin. What's up with you, Black God?
I tried your water.
Oh man, yes sir.
It's really good.
I appreciate it.
Water.
Yes sir.
I gotta get my
Come on, man. This is unplanned, man. He said he had some of that gold water right there. You know, I keep some on me. Yes sir. Man, make sure y'all go to goldwater.com. Yes sir. Absolutely. Y'all see God, man. God be working, man. God is my best sponsor, man. God go give me advertisement every time. We just hopped out the car. The brother pulled up. You know what I mean? On his wellness journey. He said that gold water been working for him. I ain't gotta say it. This a random stranger. I don't know him. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, make sure y'all comment GOLDE water. You know what I mean? Go grab your bottle now. Get it ASAP. Peace to the family, peace to the gods.